Welcome to the Weeb Lounge, guys. I am Nick, and in this video I'm going to explore something that I've experienced over the years with multiple different gacha games, and that is something along the lines of some shady hidden rates. I'll get into it in a little bit more detail, but I just have to say that it doesn't feel like the gacha system is necessarily purely luck-based. Alright, now, I used to play and even stream a little bit of Fate Grand Order for a little while there, but I eventually decided to stop playing because I found this weird pattern. Now, with any gacha banner, you know, you pretty much know the race. Like Fate Grand Order to get a big 5-star is only 1%. Princess Connect to get a 3-star is 2.5%. Same for Blue Archive. Those are the three main games that I've played like a good chunk of. There's many others that I've dabbled in and played for a little while, like Konosuba Fantastic Days until, you know, that's a different story, different video. But it just doesn't seem like things are quite right. And there's something I noticed seriously with Fate Grand Order. Now, every single gacha is supposed to be pure random, pure luck, right? On one banner, you might have EX luck. Say, let's take Fate Grand Order here. Say you do a single 10 pull and you get 2 copies of some 5-star character that you have no idea what you had. That happened to me with Musashi. I did a first 10 pull when she first came out. I got 2 copies of her and I was like, whoa. And on the second 10 pull, I got another copy of her. 3 copies in 2 10 pulls, which is ridiculously good and ridiculously lucky. Which is why I went ahead and I pushed a little bit to go ahead and NP5 her. But here's the thing. After a while, I started noticing something crazy. And, you know, from a couple of my other videos, and I mentioned it on stream a few times, I have spent over the years roughly about $35,000 on Fate Grand Order. Far too much money I wish I had back in my pocket. I was stupid to do it. I still kick myself in the rear for it, but you know, what's done is done. And I still have the account, which maybe I'll retry the giveaway at some point. Different story though. But anyways, I found myself realizing that for some reason it's following this weird pattern. Eventually, you know, I started, you know, when I first started, I spent, you know, hardly any money. I throw like 10 or 20 bucks at it, right? First couple of months, no big deal. And then after that, I started ramping up the spending. You know, it'd go to 50 bucks, 100 bucks a month, 200 bucks a month, $500 a month, $1,000. You know, it got really bad. But here's the pattern that it followed. It seemed like as the amount of money that I would spend went up, my luck or what I would pool didn't change, which would inherently make you think the luck got worse. Okay, now here's a little thing. This was on the stream, and it started getting to a point where my luck was getting so bad, like it would take me like 200 bucks to get a single copy of a 5-star character, okay? And then like the next month I'd have to spend like 300 or 400 bucks. And then the next month I'd have to spend like 500 or 600. Something didn't seem quite right. My luck, luck and randomness in these gachas shouldn't follow any kind of pattern. It should be legitimately completely randomized. But mine did follow a pattern. The more money I spent, the less likelihood of me getting the character at any point soon. It got to a point where Castor Artoria came out, all right? And between tickets and a lot of paid quartz that I had like 1,000 quartz, all right? It took all but 10 of those quartz to get 1 copy of Castor Artoria at the very end of that. And that's when I finally threw my hands up. I was like, you know what? I can't do that. You know, if I had to blow that much quartz, and you know, like 167 quartz is like 100 bucks or something like that. I don't even remember the prices anymore. But 1,000 quartz is a good chunk of money. And it took that much to get 1 copy of her. And I'm just sitting here like, man, I can't do it anymore. It's just a ridiculous amount of money. I can't keep spending like that. It's stupid to begin with. I'm done. And that's when I threw my hands up and I quit Fate Grand Order for the most part. Every once in a while, I still log in and do a little something or whatever. And it followed that pattern, and I'm just disgusted. Absolutely disgusted. So I started thinking, you know, maybe it's not random. maybe there's actually some kind of system to this, and it would kind of make sense if you think about it in terms of like a shady backroom kind of thing. Now, I don't have any proof of it or anything, it's just my experience, but it's not in just Fate Grand Order. So I started playing a few other games, and I noticed Konosuba Fantastic Days. Early on, I was getting characters left and right, and as time went on, the more money I put towards it, the less characters I got. Huh. That doesn't make any sense. You know, I am notorious for having bad luck, especially on the streams. You know, we call mine off-stream luck or whatever. I'll have a little bit of premium currency left, and off the stream I'll roll, and all of a sudden I'll get it. It's pure coincidence, I know that. But this does not feel like coincidence. So Konosuba Fantastic Days, JP side, just the more money I spend, the less likely I was to get the character. It didn't make sense. And then I started thinking, it's like, okay, well, what if the game's algorithm or whatever is kind of paying attention and is tweaking things a little bit? That's the only thing I could think of that would explain it. It goes, oh, well, this guy's willing to spend $200. Let's see if he's willing to spend $250 this month. And of course I do it, and it's like, okay, well, he spent $250 this month. Maybe we can get him to spend $300 the next month. Something didn't quite sound right. It almost makes me feel like conspiracy theory-ish, but at the same time, like I said, luck and everything is supposed to be RNG based, random, right? Fate Grand Order followed this pattern. Konosuba Fantastic Days followed this pattern. Something's up. Something's really weird. Well, I finally decided to with Fate Grand Order, just push it to the side. And I was like, okay, I'm going to play me Princess Connect. I really enjoyed Princess Connect. And in terms of Princess Connect, either both Global and JP, the gacha system has actually pretty much treated me good. I mean, there's been a couple of times where I had to hit pity, and like I'll have to hit pity on one banner, and then the next banner I'll get some EX luck, and then the next banner I get it towards the end. It's completely random. There's no pattern for me playing Princess Connect, and that's pretty much the way it should be. Just pure RNG. It's like, okay, well, Side Games doesn't seem to be pulling this. Okay, maybe I just had really bad luck on those other ones. And then I was like, yeah, there's Blue Archive. Now, when I first started this game, and the music for Princess Connect in the background, I know I couldn't have them all going at the same time. But I started playing this game, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Early on, I was getting a ridiculous amount of characters from really good rolls, and then it dipped severely. Okay, like everybody, you know, if a gacha game has a pity system to it, it's understandable that at some point you're going to hit that pity, because sometimes you just have bad luck. We know, it's part of these games. But I hit pity on one banner, and then the very next banner I had to hit pity again. The first banner I got like 6 or 7 3-star characters along the way, okay? Not a couple of new characters even or whatever. So it wasn't necessarily, it wasn't terribly bad. All right, I end up pitying the character that I was going for, and I got like a character that I didn't have. And then the next banner, I had to hit pity again to get the new character. And this one I got like 4 3-star characters total, something like that. And then the third one comes around, I have to hit pity again for the third time. Third time to hit a pity. Something is really weird. And I got like 2 3-star characters. On the last banner, before the current one on, you know, when this video is posted, I did all the way to pity again for the 4th banner in a row. 1 single 3-star character. That's it. That's a pattern, isn't it? Starts up here, goes down, and I still am forced to hit pity on every single one of them. But the amount of rewards I got with each one scaled down perfectly. On the current banner, after hitting pity for the 4th time, I was pretty disgusted. I wasn't going to put any more money towards it. I got 50 spins on this one so far, and I have not gotten anything. No 3-star characters, nothing. Zip, zilch, absolutely nothing worth anything. So I'm sitting here thinking, it's like, you know what? I bet you there's a pattern to this. I bet you that pattern is intentional. Because it can't, when it comes to RNG and luck or whatever, it should legitimately be completely random. And in Blue Archive, Konosuba Fantastic Days, and Fate Grand Order, they followed patterns. More money, less chance. More money, less luck. Something is really, really wrong there. And then something really odd kind of happened, right? I logged into Fate Grand Order one day, just out of the blue. I haven't logged in. I didn't log in for like 3, 4, 5 months, whatever the time was. I lost track of time or everything. I didn't log in for a long time. And they had a banner, a summer banner, okay? And it was a rerun. It had Summer Ilya and summer version of, Summer Moon Cancer edition of the nun girl in the thing. She looked good. It's all right. I can't remember her name. I'm bad with names. But I'm like, okay, well, I have some quartz left over from me just like logging in at random or something or whatever back then. So, all right, I'll hit a button or whatever. Oh, it was achievements that they put in some new achievements, and how you log in, if you already done them, you get like a ridiculous amount of quartz. That's what happened. I decided, okay, I'll do a 10 pull. I didn't care if I get anything. You know, I was done with the game at the point. I just did it just to do it. In the very first 10 pull, I got the 5-star character and I got the 4-star Ilya. The very first 10 pull. EX plus crazy luck. And I'm like, okay, maybe I just finally had a lucky day. But the thing is, it happened before that too. Before that summer event, there was another time where I took time off and did other roles, and it was another new character. It was that Joker looking guy. I don't even remember what the heck his name is. I think I ended up getting like 2 copies of him or something. But I end up logging in just to do another stupid pool. See, that was her that I got. Where was the other goofy guy? Did I level him up? See, that the Ilya? I think that's the Ilya. This guy, whoever the heck this guy is, he's MP2. I ended up getting 2 copies of this guy. All right, 2 copies of this guy. And it was, I think I did 2 10 pulls, got a copy of him, got another copy of him, and there was another character that I got that I didn't have. And this is another, like, time span, right? 4 or 5 months in between. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. What it is like, okay, you have somebody who's like spending money. I whaled the crap out of this. Okay, I whaled the crap out of this. Big time, big time. And all of a sudden I disappear. Come back, and it gives you EX luck right off the bat. Why would it do that? To get you back in. So, like, you get fed up with the system, you finally say, nope, I've had enough, or you just quit for other reasons, no time, whatever. You come back, all of a sudden you get this EX crazy luck to try to grab you and put you back in. Now, these gacha games, it's all about hooking you, all right? They cast the line, they hook you, they bring you in, you start spending that money, you get your waifus, and life is grand, right? But your wallet is crying. That's pretty much how these games work. And if you get yourself off that hook and quit, well, they have to find another way to get that hook in you again. Thankfully, you know, both of those times where I got those characters, you know, it was a nice little surprise or whatever, but overall I didn't care because I wasn't going to play anyways. They cast the hook 2 more times on me, tried to reel me in. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. What I end up doing is this. Closing it. And that's what kind of brings me over to Blue Archive. Now, recently I've been kind of ranting a little bit on the stream. It's like, how could somebody have such bad luck to hit pity on 4 banners in a row going on 5? There's a certain point where luck is just bad, and then you start to realize that, well, maybe luck doesn't have anything to do with it. Maybe it's a system that a lot of these gacha games kind of put into the background to mess with you a little bit, or to try to maximize profits. It would make sense. It would certainly make these gacha games money, but it's also incredibly shady, incredibly underhanded, and probably illegal, if it's true. Now, remember, I only have a handful of games to do this. There was like an Evergarden or Evergear game or something like that. Did the same thing to me, even though I didn't spend much money on it or whatever, but it did the same thing to me. And I just couldn't believe how the pattern was evolving. Like I said, RNG shouldn't be following a pattern. Fate Grand Order, the more money, the less likely to get it. Konosuba, more money, less likely to get it. BA, Blue Archive, more money, less likely to get it. Something keeps scaling down because the game, I believe, thinks that maybe it knows. They're obviously keeping track of transactions. I mean, they're going to have to do that, but maybe there's something that's like, okay, this guy's spending so much money. maybe we can get just a little bit more out of them. And that's shady. That's awful. Now, when it comes to Princess Connect side games, of course, I have that up right here. Does not follow the pattern. This has been completely random. There's no pattern or anything that I could really go with on this. So, as far as I'm concerned, whatever I'm trying to get at here doesn't apply to side games as Princess Connect here. It might not apply to side games at all. Haven't played any of the other side games. But that's what I'm trying to get at, and I wanted to make this video as a little bit of a warning to you guys. Now, a lot of you are free to play. That's perfectly fine. Chances are this system isn't really going to affect you much of anything or whatever. There might be a little something in there. But, if you're spending money or whatever, or even whaling, you might see this pattern, and you might see it just flat out crash or something. Okay, I'll pull Blue Archive up. But it's too shady, it's too consistent for it to really be normal. It can't be normal. It may be normal for the company to do this and try to get money from us, but it's definitely not normal for us. So, like I said, I wanted to make this video as kind of a warning. I'm experiencing this, and I'm really curious if you guys are. I'd really appreciate some comments down below to see if any of you guys experience something similar to this. Like if you guys are whaling or whatever, and you just notice your luck getting worse and worse the more you spend, or maybe some other kind of pattern to kind of finagle in there. Something isn't right, and I really want to get to the bottom of it. I really want to see if there's some shady tactics going on, because if there are, it's something serious that somebody really should do something about. I don't know. I don't have any conclusive proof, but when the games follow patterns like that consistently, something ain't right. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, guys. I apologize if it comes off a little bit of a conspiracy theory-ish or whatever, but yeah, luck doesn't follow patterns. It never has. You go to the casino or whatever, you think you have really good luck, really bad luck or whatever, or X machine is going to pay more than this machine, or that machine is going to pay more than this, or, bring your favorite little trinket or whatever is going to improve your luck. Pretty much none of that's true. There's one little tidbit that I know is kind of sort of true, but it's like placement of the casino things in high traffic areas to try to generate more jackpots to draw more attention. That's a thing that I don't even think is applicable anymore. But it goes the same thing with casinos. Most of the time you go to a casino, house wins. We know this, especially if you're rolling. And a lot of, it's almost like a near miss. Think of like when I returned to Fate Grand Order, and I did that roll, and they tried to cast that line again on me to get me because they gave me all this, crazy EX luck on my pulls, right? It's almost as if, like, when you go to a casino, you're playing a slot machine, and let's say, 777, 3 red 7s is the jackpot or whatever, right? Common, okay? And you'll notice, any of you that have actually gone to casinos, you'll notice that, like, a lot of times you'll get 7, oh, it just missed. It's just like a one little tick down, that third 7 or whatever. You didn't quite get it. Okay, those are actually programmed into the machines. The near misses are programmed into the machines. It's all digitally controlled anymore. And the reason they do that is because a lot of people will sit there and think it's like, oh, I almost got it. Maybe the next pull, they try to sucker you in. And I have a feeling because, let's be honest, guys, the gacha games are gambling. It is what it is. I still play them. I know it's gambling to try to get the characters, but when they put the shady tactics like that behind it and track how much money you're spending and follow that pattern, it's no longer gambling. It's a waste of money. We'll see you in the next video.